welcome to Pixel Art Live. I am Rune and I'm with the man Rob Levy. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
Doing good, doing good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, all good, all dizzy.
That's good, that's good.
How's
Uh,
everything going?
it's uh it's been crazy. But yeah, this weekend was kind of weird, but this is the first show in December and it's hard to believe that it's December. Still can't get it out of my head. I hate this time of year as a parent.
Yeah, this year freaking flew by.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
just realized I'm not sharing my screen either.
oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even see that. So we've got quite a good crowd here today. We got Mylan and Mongoose, Luis Eddie, Lush, Get Scam, Chilling, Babam, Pineapple, and of course Nightmare and Zoro here and Roll the Tide Up. How is everyone doing? Everyone doing all right?
Heck yeah, what's up, everybody?
Nightmare's loving that cat tree.
It's December. I wish we got some snow. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I think y'all might dig this little thing. I've been getting in the Christmas dizzy spirit,
Nice.
and I went down a mental little trip of what would a dizzy snowman look like. So I drew that up, and I haven't shared it yet. So y'all be the first to see it. And I don't know if it's done yet, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's interesting.
Let's see here. Oh, look at that.
That, that's
Uh,
that's that's what I got for the dizzy snowman.
I love that. That's awesome. I love the tail. The tail is the best part.
Oh, those are actually wings. I didn't put a tail. That's
Oh,
that's
those are wings. Those
cool
are
though.
wings. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No, no, no.
maybe could have had a tail. That
No,
might be
that
a good addition.
yeah, that but that's I love the branches as them. I mean, it's even better now that I know it's wings. See, it's moments like these. This is the reason, and Nightmare will provide proof that the reason why they have the cancel rune, command because that's a cancel rune moment. So
No, dude, it's all good. It's all art. It's interpretation.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. Um,
Get
I
scammed.
see.
So
Get
good.
scammed. His gift. That gift is awesome.
That's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Claus like Claws, because like dragon claws.
Nice, nice.
I
That's
gotta. I'm definitely gonna do a cartoon and something with Santa Claus also.
yeah, that says Merry Dismas, which is awesome. And listen, guys, everyone, we finished. Well, Rob finished the last piece that we had, or that we had started almost about 3 weeks ago. We have to come up with a name for it. I think we did place Krang, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but other than that, we got a new piece starting today.
Yeah, I
But
don't
yeah,
know if we got a name for this one last
I don't
time.
think we did. Yeah, we didn't get a name. So
Let me
just so
see.
let's recap it for those that are trying to decipher what's going on here. We got Mario being led by a Koopa turtle on a rope or leash, however you want to call it, while he's holding a very skinny but big eggplant. Mario does have a butt in this one. If you notice, there's that little extra junk behind that rope there. Running on the Rainbow Road heading towards the castle. Oh yeah, there's Krang. That's right. You put Krang in the window, and it kind of doubles as like Princess Peach hanging out the window at the same time.
Snuck him
Um,
over there.
yeah. So the fire is in the tower. So it's at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We're losing you. We're losing you. What is going on? You're getting choked out by a robot. But yeah, so that's this piece. Um, but yeah, anybody that's tuning in for the first time, the show's called Pixel Improv. So we basically just take whatever cool, funky ideas that y'all have, and I try to make something fun and cool with it. So this was the latest one. Then this one, our Swedish sauna. We got our big Muppet Swedish chef in the background cooking up some fun little things. That's a little sketch that I did when I was waiting for suggestions. This is another cool one with a bunch of stuff. Little Sun Pepe with a bunch of chickens, which I actually just saw. Is this what inspired the voxel thing? I totally forgot about this. 'Cause I just popped into the show that you guys were doing earlier, and I saw a voxel chicken or a voxel rooster, was it? But yeah, so that was fun. We got this. Yeah, at this point, that's another little fun sketch. Even Death Loves Cards. This is a cool one that Rune, who's currently dying by hands of a robot.
Yo.
How's this?
Yeah.
What's
Just trying to rescue over here. Rune once again getting ruined and pwned by his internet wherever he is. Tapping into somewhere in Canada. I think he straight lined into a maple syrup tree or something, or it's a wheel of cheese that sometimes melts and he doesn't get his connection proper. So we rolled out the big guns. We got Mongoose in the house. What up, Mongoose?
Hey, how's it going, Rob?
I'm good, dude. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm sorry, like I just got a picture in my mind of like a side chat that I don't know if you guys have, but just a side chat that you guys have, like save the show, save the show.
We're all just standing by.
Well, it's like we kind of expect it sometimes with Rune, so we kind of just chuckled and let him sweat a little bit. Then we hop in. I'm sure he'll come back in a moment when the maple syrup tree, dries out and it gets a little squirrel runs it over to the next tree or something.
Those are no joke.
I'm trying not to take it personal. I feel like it's just like only my show where Rune just happens to get these technical difficulties. But
well, to be fair, that's the only show that he's doing now. So I think he's doing it with some intent. But I will say that Wes 0x Wes, who typically has incredible internet, but for some reason, whenever he's on, he has a perfect storm of issues following him. He had issues today as well. So maybe it's the curse of the whale host or something.
The universe. Well, love having you guys. So what's up?
Yeah, I mean we were just on actually. We were talking about a little demon action. I don't know if you caught that.
Dude, I did. I saw some demon action. Mongoose, you animal. Thank you, man.
Oh no, it felt so good. It felt so good to finally mint some demons. It's been
It looked like a nice chunky one too.
Dude, you popped the crawler, man. We've been waiting.
I mean, it's got the stone hammer, those droopy eyes. I mean, it's it's so cool.
It looks like it's like what you fill out in the dating app looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just perfect.
Hell yeah. I'd hit
So
that for sure.
I don't know. Did we get a name for that guy? Because I was trying to tune in. I had like some level of inception happening. I had the one I was watching. I had the live stream. I had like 3 versions of you talking. Did we finish naming that old one already? The piece that
I
you just
dropped
wrapped
the
up?
title in the chat.
The brawler for a second, the old one. No. So we do need a name for this. But we also need prompts. So I don't know. I feel like priority should probably be prompts, and then once we're off to the race.
Dude, I'm with it. It's your show, so you're steering the blind here. We're just hopping in to help out.
Dude, I just jumped in from the passenger seat. I'm I'm just steering.
Hey, that's when you end up someplace cool you didn't expect. So let's go with it. By the way, I just did remember something, Rob. A long time ago, me and you chatted about different possibilities of cool shit to do, and one of them was an animation. Like checking out you doing some animation stuff, possibly in some other tools. I would love to still get with you and do that someday, even if I have to hijack the show from Rune for a week. I'd let him tag along, as long as he has to re-up his I don't know, what do you call it, that track phone or something. He needs to upgrade his service over there.
He just needs new yarn on the cans.
Let's do that now. Why don't we have a fresh piece? I can pull up Photoshop and we can do some fun stuff.
Really? That'd be dope.
Why not? Right?
I like it. Ruins. Yeah, you know what? The teacher's away, students are gonna play, or whatever it is. What's the phrase? I don't know the real one, Mongoose.
Teachers. Well, the cat's
Cats or
away.
something?
The mice will play. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been traumatized with the whole chunky analogy, and now I can't really make reference to cats. Like my brain's just scrambled. Forgive you guys.
Rob, you know what chunky animals are, right? I mean, this wasn't a revelation to you, was it?
Chunky animals? What is it? Maybe
See?
you describe.
You see what I mean?
I mean, it's just very, very, very full-figured, rotund, robust.
Think
Animals.
Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Chunky, like chunky.
Yeah. So someone,
Exactly.
I
I
get
won't
it.
bore you with the whole story, but someone said I wasn't in my chunky boy phase yet. I was like, what the hell's chunky? And I looked it up, and it was hilarious. And they go, yeah, you're not a chunker. And I was like, there's this whole culture of chunky animals. I never knew about this.
That's just a real thing.
It is. So I don't know if you're going to another app yet, Rob, but it's still showing pixel change. So you may need to change your input.
Yeah, no, I was pulling up some stuff. I can switch over now. I think I have to stop and then start again. So, boom. Let's see what we got.
Mongoose, how many people have asked you? Oh, now you switched it. I was gonna say, how many people have asked you where'd you get your PFP? They're like, that's dope. Where'd you get that? With your little rooster.
Which one?
Your rooster
Oh,
homage to DC there.
that was out of Dali. I've now exhausted all of my credits on Dali. I had done one purchase at one point, but now I'm going to start forcing myself to use a different AI utility, or I should say, an autonomous artist by the name of Cynthia. And it dropped some pictures of Zorro in the chat earlier that were courtesy of Cynthia, but I'm just copying people at this point. I'm trying to explore the AI tool, see what I can generate and why things generate in the way they do. I find it interesting.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. I'm slacking to find what I'm looking for.
It's totally Rune's fault, so it doesn't. It's all good.
Yeah. So do we?
What's going on?
What kind of names do we have otherwise that we're building up here?
Whoa!
Eggplants for dinner. I saw that.
We got some karate kick action.
A little kick and dizzy. What else did I have on here? Some punching action. So yeah, these are just some fun stuff that's not a full cycle, but yeah, if we want to do maybe like a different animation for a dragon or like for this character, we could do that. I also pulled up this old music video that I did that we could just use this kind of character design and not that one, like something like that, which is basically like a Mega Man kind of style. But yeah, with this I had all the animations. And yeah, if anybody has questions about animations, like we can.
Well, you used to create a lot of music videos, didn't you? Like I remember you saying maybe even like Less Than Jake, some other music artists.
Yeah. I've done 3 pixel art music videos. The first one was for a band, Arrows in Action. The second one was for Less Than Jake, and then the third one was this band here, Belmont. And actually, Less Than Jake, that music video has a bunch of fun. There's like a bunch of GIFs on just Discord and everywhere. If you just type in Less Than Jake, and anything pixel is from that music video.
Awesome.
Which is pretty sweet.
Rune, did you crank it up enough times to hang on with us?
Can we play Falling on Purpose? Heck yeah, we can play it. I don't know how we play it though, but I love that music video. That was
Can you hear me now?
We can.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's good. We commandeered it, and now we're doing animation. So that's what you get. Ha!
No, it's awesome. It's a nice change of pace.
Rob,
Yeah.
when you do this, is like, talk to me about the scope of animation. Like, for you to do, let's say 30 seconds, is that like frame by frame? Like, I can't imagine.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
so let me talk to you about how basic my understanding of animation is. Okay, like I had an
Yes.
Etch-a-Sketch animator when I was a kid. Like that's about it, right? Like I made something and then I made one slight variation. I hit the button over and over again, right? Like maybe I made a flip book. So talk to me about what this process entails from a workflow standpoint.
yeah, no, totally. I mean, like Yeah, it's similar to that for sure. And I guess it depends, like, what we're talking about. Like the, music video, like a 30-second animation of a music video is going to require a lot of animations within that kind of thing.
Right.
Um, so, like, a 30-second animation could take freaking a month, 2 months. Like,
Wow.
it could take a long time. But like, kind of more in line with what you were saying as far as kind of like a flip book or like flipping between frames, like, that's kind of more or less what we're looking at here, which, translates to this, which like on the bottom, you can see this is the timeline and basically it, kind of is pretty straightforward. So I have
So
been lasting for, I think, like
So from a technical perspective, and sorry, I'm gonna break this down a little bit before I just enjoy the fun stuff. So say you make the base, right, of what the character is, and then you designate how much time like that's going to be visible, and then there's a slight variation that would make sense progressively for the next. So you got a dragon, and he's there, and then like it's like whatever point 1 second, and then like his arm slightly raised 0.1 second, and then like he opens his mouth 0.1 second. So like over the course of 1 second, there's like 3 different things or 4 different things that happen, and that's how you have to piece it together.
well, you think about it in frames, you don't
Okay.
think about it in seconds. Like you think about it, how many different
Right, but it would be you designate how long each frame would be, and it'd be relatively quick unless you're doing something like stop motion or something, and you want that kind of jagged approach, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, but as far as like kind of, it's the two separate approaches, like how many, I guess, what is the animation you need? Because then you can decide how big does your animation cycle need to be.
Right.
Like a pretty standard animation cycle, like is kind of what you see here, which is 6 frames. So pretty much within 6 frames, you should be able to get a smooth loop. Like that's kind of standard, like between all the, in between points. And then once you get to those 6 frames, you just loop back to the beginning. So then you can have 6 frames run for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever the heck you need.
Doesn't that also put into play the type of animation that is resulted? So, like, I know that some people purposely like the really like obvious transitions in the animation, but doesn't that those slides or those frames does that take that into account? Does it adjust the style of animation that you see, or I've always
Yeah,
wondered
well, I
that.
mean, the style is in the illustration itself. Like, I mean, the
Gotcha.
frame right here, like I have kind of this little smear, like kind of a motion blur smear. So like that's kind of just a stylistic choice just to kind of show speed. So like you have that smear and then it just disappears.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it's just a little faster. Um, and then another like nice animation trick is like always going back or kind of going the opposite way before you go forward. Like you always
Gotcha.
want to like sell. It's like the
Yeah.
opposite of boxing. Like in boxing, you don't want to sell what you're doing, but in
Yep.
animation, you always want to give that wind up and then
Yep.
swing or the theoretical of that.
Gotcha.
And then
Well, I saw that handwork there. You look like a man that's been in the ring. You've been training over there, Rob, or what?
dude, I'm ready to go. No, I'm so soft. Not like that.
Watching some UFC, something's going on.
Hey, I'm only in the dizzy ring. That's where you'll find me. But no, I was gonna say also to like kind of what we were talking about with like animations like this is we have a punch right there, and then we have the kick, and like we can have that loop, but we can also if like we knew the character is gonna run, punch, and then kick, and that's like a preset animation, then we would just line that all up and execute it when you're actually in the scene. I guess the way this is kind of lined up would be, or I guess the way that I'm thinking about this conversation more is like for video game theory or like all the integrations that we did, because those are just based on loops. Like we're providing them that, and that's all triggered based on the code and the commands. So I'm not saying people are going to run, then jump, then do this. I have to just give them running and however many frames either they are asking for or how many works for that for the game or whatever you're developing. So yeah, doing stuff for video games and doing stuff for actual like animations are slightly different in that way.
Can I ask Rob, what would be the most number of frames that you've put together for like one move?
That's hard, man. Probably a lot. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of examples, but like one is I did this. I'll share it. I did this a clip from a Star Wars animation. It was with the character Ahsoka, and she like jumps off of a or jumps from like a ship, um, jumps from the ship, falls out of the sky, lands on the ground, rolls, stands up, and does like a hero pose. So like for that, I drew all of the poses from her, you know, falling, landing on the ground, doing the tumbles, standing up, landing in the hero pose, like all that stuff, and then you know play it out just in one animation.
Wow.
So that, I feel like that's probably a good example.
Well, Ahsoka's the illest, so that made sense that you'd put that much into that, which is a dual saber stance. Which, by the way, did you guys see the Obi-Wan series on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, Disney Plus. You saw the Obi-Wan series. So when he did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So when they have that showdown when Vader and Obi-Wan are fighting the second time.
Yep.
When he like tricked them and he pulled the ship down, the other ship went up in the air, whatever. So Vader comes out and he takes the two red sabers because he takes the saber off of the Inquisitor that he killed or that he split in half or whatever, and then he holds them in the Ahsoka pose where one's high up but behind him and the other one in the front, which she's been in the history of Star Wars the only one to ever make that fight stance. So hyper geeks like myself were like, that's dope that they threw that in there.
I never even realized that. Like, I know the exact scene you're talking about.
Yeah, you know that scene, right? So at the beginning of that, he takes the other red saber behind him and has the Ahsoka pose. And I was there like losing my, I was flipping my wig over there on the couch. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. Way too much in this conversation. What people really want to see is some dope art from you, Rob. So I hope you don't mind us digressing into a little bit of theory.
No, it's cool. I mean, whatever y'all want to see.
Yeah, it's if it's cool. If you have a base model and you'd be interested in, like, maybe we could do an animation, like someone says, all right, kick a pineapple or whatever crazy stuff they come up with, that'd be cool to watch. And that may take, a little bit. Now, what I don't want to do is it becomes like we kick a pineapple and slice it in half with a machete and it becomes like an 80 frame, like crazy thing. Like, because I want to see results and I get impatient. So maybe that's something we could make happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can do whatever, man. Whatever y'all want to see. Do we want to rock with like the dragon kind of idea? Or let's figure out the concept first.
Yeah. What's fun for you? That's what we want to do.
I mean, it's all fun. Like as far as kind of doing like a simple animation, like running, like some kind of action. Like I did all the basics on this, like as far as punching, kicking, but there could be other stuff I'm not thinking of.
Well, Victor says as long as it's on fire.
As long as it's on fire.
Well, he's spitting fire, so I was gonna say Hadouken, but he's already spitting fire.
Yeah, unless we want to like have him spit fire at something, and then we can light that up and do a fire animation, and we can show off how to do some fire animating. That's always fun.
Yeah, you do fire really well.
I think you guys got the creative juices flowing. I'm gonna bow out and enjoy this from the audience, but Rob, it's been a pleasure chatting with you as always, my friend.
Dude, always. Thanks for hopping up and saving the day.
I can't promise that I'm going to be sticking around. Jesus, I'm so sorry. Ever since Thanksgiving, my internet has been terrible, and I don't know if it's ever since that windstorm that we had, but I don't know. Sorry. Mongoose and Nightmare, thank you, and Rob again. I apologize.
It's all good.
Do you ever have animals playing with your internet connection out there? Do you digging up your cables?
Yes. We had a bobcat about 2.5 weeks ago, and then we had a moose get into a substation probably about 2 towns over that almost got us, almost affected us, but it didn't, thankfully.
Those moose, they're menaces.
They're massive, is what they are.
Yeah.
Nope. Anyway. So, Rob, anything new this weekend, or this past week since we last spoke? Or I don't know if you already went over it, and if you did, I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's been fun. But I feel like before I get into the chatter, I definitely want to find out what we're lighting on fire.
Ooh.
Or at least get some ideas brewing, because all I got right now is we're spitting fire at something.
Well, I think a pineapple is not going to be looked down upon by anybody. Here.
Yeah, pineapple would be nice.
Roasted pineapple, always good.
Roasted pineapple.
I mean, you know,
Get
ro-
scammed said a papaya.
yeah.
Spitting fire at a papaya, lighting on fire.
There you go.
No, I'm not mad at that.
Kill the papaya says get scammed.
It's just like a bag of papayas that just like goes up in a burst of flames.
Yeah. Let's see here. Dragon powering up after eating papaya from Mylene.
A dragon powering up after eating papaya, that could be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Instead of
Wah, 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 wah.
fire spitting. Let's see.
That's
I like the sound effects there.
Yeah, you gotta take that and use it. Wah, 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 wah. This is actually really cool to see this as well. I mean, so much goes into like the animations, in which we've already talked about, that it's taken for granted by so many, and the amount of work that you must go through just to animate these, even if it's just simple animations. It's just props to you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun, I mean, not all fun, but try to keep it fun.
No, but that's awesome though. That's a great way to look at it, because you're passionate about it, and I'm jealous of you.
Oh, dude, you could do it too. We can all do it. Please do it and help me. I would love that. All right, so we want to. All right, you know what we can do? This is what like responsible people. I don't do this usually when I'm working on alone, just because it's like I'm just a spaz. But what responsible people do is a silhouette first. So just like to like kind of figure out. I mean, generally, since we have our character, we don't need like. I guess we can kind of just silhouette that. Actually, that would be responsible. Hey, all right, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this. We're gonna color overlay, make it all black. That way, when we animate it, we can just kind of go through the motions and not necessarily get locked down. And then kind of you can color it in later. Otherwise, the other way to do it, which like with the soccer ball, you could just like kind of break it apart and then just kind of start trying to like tweak stuff around or move stuff.
Yeah.
Do it that way. But
Okay.
let's have fun first before we get locked down to all that. All right, so we want this thing. We want a papaya, a bag of papayas, or a papaya.
They've only said it in the singular. Get scammed says initiate papaya mode.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot we're not blowing it up. We're eating it. So, well, there should be like a bag of something that we gotta take the papaya out of something, or is there?
That's true. That's true.
Is the papaya on a table? Where's the papaya? Where do we get this papaya from?
Where's the papaya go?
Where's the papaya?
Get scammed wants it standing like a life-size papaya.
No, we'll get scammed. We're not lighting on fire anymore. We're eating it, and then we're gonna get beefy. We're gonna beef up and do a muscular
Power up.
Muscular dragon, or give him some kind of power up. That's how he starts to get his laser eye vision from papayas. All right. Either call soccer, we become good at the smart entertainment.
Oh, look at that dragon.
Until we get to the freaking quarters, I don't think we have much ground to stand on, unfortunately.
Yeah, well,
they
they met my expectations. So
I was hoping we would come out of it some more.
Well, the good thing is that we were the second youngest team in the World Cup, and we were the youngest that made it to the round of 16. And they're only going to get way better. And the good thing about it is the next World Cup is here in Canada and U.S. I say here in Canada, here in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. With one of the games in Boston, or some of the games in Boston, I will be going to that, and they're just going to be so much better. They got the experience under them. They're just going to get more talented, better. Oh yes.
Oh, dude, I'll see you there. Me and
Yes.
Guts will see you there.
I am. It is a bucket list item for me to go to a World Cup game, and I'm gonna do it. I was kind of pissed that they're not going to Montreal, but
Do
it is.
Yeah, no, I'm so stoked and definitely planning on going.
It's gonna be great. Let's see. Mongoose, that dragon's really cool.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of fooling around with AI.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what?
He
You just do that now?
Yeah, but I've been just like copying some prompts for this particular AI tool, and that one they've got several artists fed into it, so
the papaya is quite elegant,
Yeah.
especially with the papaya seeds out.
Yeah, right.
So weird.
It's interesting, and I know there's a lot of discussion right now about some AI engines that have been trained upon other artists and they're not copyright written. So, I think at least throwing together a lot of different artists together, hopefully it's also just blending more styles and introducing a little more chaos into the system, right?
Yep. Making it true abstract.
All right.
That's awesome, dude. God, look at that.
That's silhouette.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. Like I find it fascinating that you're able to pull this out of nothing and you haven't even textured it yet, and it just makes it even better. So I don't know. I'm just a fan.
Well, I mean, that's the the point of silhouetting. Like you want the image to read, and then once it reads, then you can make it look prettier. But you definitely want to get the basics out.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, boom. And then let's go back to this one. So clearly we're going with it just being on the floor for now.
But, yeah, I guess so. And Mongoose even said AI has as much difficulty with papayas as you do.
No way.
It seems difficult.
That's amazing. There's not enough Google searches yet.
Right. Nightmare does have a good question. On average, how long did the short form animation pieces like Pixel Myths take?
Those would probably take like I want to say probably 7 to 10 hours, somewhere like that, between like drawing everything. If I was just like kind of beasting through it, I probably can do it all in like 4 easy, like pretty easily. But just with like kind of how many times I like go through it and just make revisions, I'd say probably close to 10 hours all in all, maybe more.
10 hours, nice.
But they're fairly simple animations. That's more, I feel like, on the character design. Honestly, the animations, once I have the character design, breaking apart the animations and putting that all together would probably just take another 3 hours. Like that's
so,
yeah.
Okay, so you've worked. I know you've worked with character designers on a lot of your work, and I'm curious, is that something that's come out of your background? Like, this is kind of just an essential thing to help you out, or I guess I'm just curious how you came to work on Pixel Myths, and obviously the demons, have a lot of amazing character development within them.
Yeah. So what should I answer? I'm sorry.
Sorry. That was. I'm just so excited by the demons right now. That's all I can think about. No, but what are you looking for in character development? Like,
yeah, I mean,
essential stuff.
I think like generally I gravitate towards characters. Like that's kind of always been my thing. Like even like early, like when I was just getting off the ground with pixel art, like backgrounds. Um, I mean, I feel like generally backgrounds are scary for me. Like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of one or the other maybe with some artists where they're just like naturally drawn to characters and like find that easier or just more comfortable, and some people like doing environments and natural or whatever, just background imagery, where like I'm definitely like I have way more fun designing the characters, and then like I can get into designing backgrounds and stuff, but really just characters is kind of what I what I just kind of I
Yeah.
like, maybe just because like from a storytelling perspective, like it all gets kind of inspired by characters, and especially with like pixel myths in particular, it was like, each of those characters have like epic stories, so like that, it was just all kind of drawn from an interest in stories. And then the reason why I guess I didn't do the Demons Pixel character designs, or just generally, I mean, I feel like my talent is kind of more on a bigger scale than on kind of the specifics, and like
Yeah.
I think I'm a good character designer, and I think I can definitely translate character designs in pixels really well. I've done that a lot in my days.
Yeah.
But as far as like designing original characters, like that's not something I've put hundreds of hours of my life into, and there are definitely people that have. So I I I love character design and would much rather work with really really cool people and get cool designs that way.
So
If I can, like, like luckily we were in that a good position and was
yeah,
able to find some good talent and all that good stuff.
it's awesome. That is awesome.
Did that hopefully answer?
Yeah, no, I think it's just fascinating to, you know, when we see a finished artwork like a Pixelmyth, they're really incredible because we all know the myths behind them, right?
Mhm.
And we have our conceptions of it as well. And you've also had to take that entire myth and that figure and boil it into just this group of pixels, and not only just limited on the palette and the detail that you can throw into it in many ways. um, you're you're just trying to capture so much within it and make sure it translates. So I think it's just really interesting then to like hear about how you do this, man, because
Ah,
you're impressive.
Hey, you're too kind, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah.
Speaking of impressive too, I'm pretty freaking exhausted. I'm impressive for staying at a social event today for 7 hours.
Oh,
Just
well,
way beyond my
Oh my God, dude.
what were you
instincts.
doing?
Um, there was a crypto event that was hosted by Benzinga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was it was at Chelsea Piers actually, Mongoose.
Oh, shoot. All
If you're
right.
familiar. Um,
Yeah.
and it was cool. It was freaking a long day. It started, the first panel was at 8:30. The breakfast was started at 7 a.m. and I was like,
Wow.
that's not happening. And normally I wasn't planning on going for any extended period of time. My cousin actually wanted me to go with him, and I'm not really sure if he had an extra ticket anyway, but he ended up getting super sick and couldn't go. So
Oh, that's too bad.
I ended up going with one of my other cousins. Actually, it was supposed to be us three cousins having a crypto day, and it ended up being us two. But still, yeah, super fun. And yeah, the day started at 7 technically, and the last speaker was at 5:30, but I ducked out at like 3 or something like that. I saw a lot. A lot of panels and got to meet a lot of cool people. So I definitely feel like I got the experience worth. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
so to be hosted by Benzinga though, that's super interesting. I mean, if you had to pick one panel from out the day, what do you think was your favorite?
I mean, like I feel like the easy answer would be like the first one was Kevin O'Leary and Anthony Scaramucci, which was
Whoa.
honestly pretty darn interesting. And they were talking about FTX, like that was a main point of discussion. And kind of talking about that, and I guess like the road to recovery, or like kind of their plans and kind of what's going on. So that was honestly a really interesting discussion. And then another one I really dug was there was a panel about music NFT, or not even music NFTs. I think it was just like I forgot the actual category. It was something about like branding, like Web 2 things in Web 3. But it ended up being a panel of basically musicians. It was Illmind, who's a producer, this dude Spotty Wi-Fi, who's a rapper, and this other fellow who did some company. He wasn't a musician, but did something else. I forgot. But it was really dope. I felt like they, between Illmind and Spotty, like they're both very, I mean, I think they're both super talented and like very in the space. So like it was cool to get to hear them kind of talk about. It just felt like a really grounded conversation, and kind of how they look at building, their brand or what they're doing in the Web3 space. Like Illmind dropped a project last year, and I remember when he did it, and it was cool, and haven't really heard too much about it. And he mentioned today that they, like, the whole point of the project was to bring musicians together and connect people like through their his community, and he ended up basically producing a community album with all musicians from the Squad of Nights is the collection, and they did a joint album, and he says that all of the proceeds of the album are going to get distributed to all of the artists on the album. So that's going to be dropping next year. He said at the top of the year at some point. So I was just like, damn, that's super hype,
Nice.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of cool panels for sure. Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really-
excited by that aspect of NFT technology, and just kind of like getting all the artists paid, hopefully through the blockchain, and just kind of done in one swift transaction.
Yeah, dude, and like an artist kind of doing it right. Like, how many celebrities do we see come in this space and just come out with like short-term thinking projects? And like, this dude is, he's a Grammy Award winner. Like, he is talented, like beyond talented. Like, produced for Jay-Z, Beyonce, J. Cole, and by no means needs to grind in the Web3 space to make a couple quick bucks. And again, drop this PFP project essentially during the midst of a bull market where everybody was just here for a quick scam. And a year later, he's on a panel talking about that same project and what they're about to do next year. It's just like, that's what this is about, like finding a new lane that's unique to you. And I think he might have been the one that actually said there's, a cool thing just regarding like projects in the space, and just, well, I think it was like kind of what do you want to see more of? And he had mentioned just something along the lines that, like, rather than projects coming out that are like promising everything and just like everything's coming out and we're gonna, we 10,000 of these and we're gonna do this and that, like just seeing more niche stuff come out and just more targeted community building through NFTs, which I definitely vibed with a lot. I feel like that was really a cool point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was super dope. It's just so long. Good food too. Definitely good for the food.
That's great.
So much coffee. I just did not stop drinking fucking coffee all goddamn day.
Good.
Wired.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Dude, yeah, literally. I don't want to do that.
So Nightmare went ahead and got an AI short movie synopsis written out. It said, write a short movie synopsis based on Dizzy Dragons and Dizzy Demons battling for supremacy, and it wrote a nice little plot.
No way. Read it.
You're gonna have to read it at some point. It's Interesting.
Read it. Is
Okay,
it
I'll
super
read it. No, I'll read it right now. Okay.
Yeah, read it. Why not?
In a fantastical land far away, two warring factions, the Dizzy Dragons and Dizzy Demons, are locked in a fierce battle for supremacy. The dragons, powerful creatures with fiery breath and shimmering scales, are determined to defend their kingdom from the invading demons who are ruthless and cunning. As the battle rages on, the fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. The dragons, led by their brave queen, use their strength and ability to fight off the demons, but the demons are relentless and will stop at nothing to conquer the land. Meanwhile, a young dragon named Skylar, who is just coming into her own powers, must find the courage and
Wait,
determination.
Skylar?
Yeah.
Skylar has the
With an
most
A. With an A.
channel fucking name I've ever heard.
Yep, and determination to stand up against the demons and help her fellow dragons in their fight for survival. With the future of the kingdom at stake, Skylar and the dragons must band together and use their unique abilities to defeat the demons and protect their home, but the demons are cunning and will stop at nothing to emerge victorious, making the battle for supremacy an intense and thrilling conflict.
Skylar and the Dragon.
I think it over Skylar.
I immediately thought of Paw Patrol.
Why is there Skylar and Paw Patrol?
No, there is a not Skylar, but there's a Sky. So it just was close, and then just the last part, the Skylar and the dragons must band together and use their unique abilities. Just reminds me of that or PJ Masks.
Yeah, Skylar reminds me of like every like Disney Channel
Right?
like character that looked so cool that I wanted to be them. It's like, damn, why doesn't my hair look like Skylar's? Like Skylar has the coolest hair.
Nightmare posted a meme just before that with a good old "No God, please no" Michael from The Office.
Wait, with what? About reading it?
Yeah, well, before he posted it, he posted that, and then he posted the short story thing. So I'm thinking it's referring to that.
That's great.
It must be he must be up there with Skylar too.
Trying to figure out how big we want.
Iker says, let's see how close to lore it got, and then we need to work on a Skylar into canon now.
Yeah, we do though, for real. Hilarious.
AI. I'm not scared of it. It's inevitable, but I think you could have a lot of fun with it. So,
it's coming.
yep.
If you can figure out how to use it as a tool for inspiration,
Yes,
and just kind of like breaking out of what the human mind's limitations are,
yep.
I think that it can be a super powerful tool. And I hope it also inspires people then to figure out how to like create some of this stuff.
Well, even the simple fact of using, because I know like with Midjourney, you could fine tune the output. So if you didn't like a certain way it went, but you liked some aspect of this one and another aspect of that one, you could get another set of images that are close to it. So fine tuning that more and more into your final desired product, to me, it's the same exact thing, except you're just having AI do the grunt work. Your imagination and your decision making is coming up with the output piece. So yeah, I mean it's interesting.
I'm a fan. I like it.
And just like you said, to use it as you may I'm just going to use this as an example. You may be writing a story where you kind of want to get a visualization of a character, and you ask AI to make you a green orc weathered and battled in the snow, and then you can kind of like, oh yeah, that to me he looks like that. So it inspires you to help further your, and you can also have a piece of art for a graphic novel or something. I don't know. I'm just possibilities.
There you go. Trying to see if I need to, or if it's fun to like sell that, but I don't think so.
It is 8:25, and with that, I'm gonna scroll back up here real quick because there were a couple of names for the previous piece that we could talk about right now.
I,
and
I
come up
dumped
with
them all
that.
into one post for you.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up to try to find that. Where are they? I didn't realize it was
And
that long
maybe
ago.
there's I don't think I've seen any other names, but
Neither have
we'll see some new people join the stream here. Maybe they got some other names to throw in.
Hey, what's up, friends?
Interesting. I don't know where that post went. I'm looking for it everywhere. So, if you were here last week,
AI got it.
oh,
Oh,
you got
there
it.
it is.
All right, thanks. If you were here last week, Mario being pulling a Koopa turtle cart on Rainbow Road, leash around the waist while holding an eggplant, and heading toward Koopa Castle, which has a tower on fire, and Krang/Princess in the window. So the question is, we need a title, and the title suggestions Mongoose has just put into the chat, which is I'll have the eggplant. 2 is emojis, eggplant, bubbles, and fire. Number 3 is eggplants for dinner, and number 4 is don't start. It is addicting.
That's Milanese, by the way.
It's yeah.
Is that a Dewey Cox reference? Addicting.
Right. So yeah, guys, if you remember it or you want to come up with an idea for our name, go ahead and put it out there. That was not a title. My last was a title.
Sounded good to me.
Mylon is so humble. Oh. Let's see here. Yeah, so next week we should have a POAP ready. I will post an update for that in the Discord channel for pixel art. But yeah, so and again, we'll also get some tweets out and more. So Mongoose, thank you for saving my butt again, along with you, Nightmare, if you're still listening, and Rob. This was fun. I love this.
Yeah,
Like,
did everybody like it? I hope it wasn't. It was different. So
yeah, yeah,
Oh, no, that's cool.
yeah. Seeing how it's created, just to me, like it's awesome. So I don't know. I hope everyone else liked it too, because I think this was a nice change of pace, but also two, it was just interesting.
just talking some pixel theory,
Yeah. Oh,
animation.
Chilling has a name suggestion.
Oh.
Debut at the Skyland.
Debut at the Skyland.
Nice.
I like it.
So let's see here.
Eventually, we owe Mylan a piece about Rune's internet hamster.
Jesus
That could be a fun animation.
That should definitely be one.
It's almost like the owl Merle from Harry Potter, Ron Weasley's owl. It's all decrepit; it can barely hang on, but they're still using it.
I think maybe you should learn how to animate runes so that you can take your PFP there and like let it kind of glitch out and melt
Yeah.
along with your internet.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see me now, but I'm doing the robot to that comment. No, just kidding. Yeah. I do need to learn some animation. That'd be pretty cool. But I gotta learn the pixel art first. So anyway,
Learn the pixels.
Right. So anyway, until next week, folks. Thank you very much. Beginning of December. Winter here has yet to start in the northeast of the U.S. So yeah, everyone else, I hope you stay safe and have fun. And until next week, have a good one.
Have a good night.
Peace, fam. Stay dizzy, everybody.
Stay dizzy.